everyone, this is Mei Liu from Superstar Art Foundation. Welcome to my show, May We Talk. Today I have important guest to join my show, whose name is Frank.
Good morning, May, and thanks for having me today. It's a pleasure talking to you and, of course, all your followers around the world.
Yes, you have been traveling, and where you just came from?
I've been just in Europe. As you know, May, I traveled around the world pre-corona. I was always on a plane. COVID changed everything. And nowadays, we're all traveling virtually with our computer and our screen and Zoom calls all the time. But I think we might come back to a normal in a way. Corona is hopefully, I wouldn't say history. It will stay there in some way. But we are able to manage now. And I feel that now, as we are kind of conquering the health issues, we also have to conquer the economic and social issues as well.
Yeah, I remember last time I saw you was in Las Vegas, right? That was before coronavirus. And I remember that was a Horasis China Meeting. Can you tell me a little bit the background of Horasis meeting, what the mission is?
Yeah, absolutely. And, as you rightly said, when we met in Las Vegas 2019, nobody would have thought that Corona will happen. And it was a China meeting held in the US. The China meeting, like all our other meetings, are always held outside the country we are focusing on. And so we make the Chinese travel, if you wish. And the idea is to build a bridge between China and the rest of the world, China and the US, China and Germany, China and the UK. So we always go to a different country. The China meeting was kind of special because China and the US were in the midst of the trade war. And, there were always news coming out how to stop the trade war, which, of course, is never beneficial, right? It's a tit for tat. And, at the end, I think finding a good solution for everybody is key. But, the vision in the beginning, and I founded Horasis in 2005, was to help emerging countries to globalize. And we started with China. China is very close to my heart. I lived in China a couple of years. And I feel that China needs to reconnect with the world, and the world has to reconnect with China in a very beneficial relationship. And today, in the times of globalization, May, we are all interconnected. We can't just hide away and say, we are closing the border, but we have to collaborate. And that's very much, at the heart of we at Horasis, what we believe and what we do. And finally, we want to inspire the future. We want to provide some recipes how to shape the future and how to anticipate the future.
Okay, so I know that Horasis in the Greek language, there has a meaning of it, right? Can you explain that?
Yes, Horasis is ancient Greek, so the Greek of 2000 years ago, and it means visions, long-term visions. So to look into the future and to build, to shape the future. By the way, there's also a Chinese translation. It's O Ya Se. 就是欧洲的欧，亚洲的亚和思想的思。So like, the East and the West and the kind of to connect with kind of common thought, just to loosely translate and also to provide a vision. And that's, what we stand for. We want to bring different opinions together and want to find solutions which are mutually beneficial.
Very good. How many meetings that have been hosted?
So per year, usually we host 5 meetings. So we host the China meeting on an annual basis. We host also a similar meeting focusing on Southeast Asia. We do another one on India. We also planning to host an Africa meeting next year, a first Africa meeting. And we host a global meeting. The global meeting is the whole world, as the meaning tells. And the global meeting is always held in Cascais, a small city north of Lisbon in Portugal, which is a lovely little town on the seashore and a real location for global dialogue where leaders, including even head of states and key ministers, join on an annual basis. Yeah, that's our current portfolio. But to tell you a little secret, next year we will host also our first America meeting, a meeting focusing on the US, and it will be held on March 4th, still in a virtual format, and hopefully the year after to host it also face-to-face in a physical manner.
Okay, I received the invitation for November. That's in Singapore, right?
Yes, so our November meeting, November 26, it's held on Singaporean time, but still a virtual meeting. I think it's too early to invite people to fly somewhere, transcontinental or trans-Pacific. But it's held on our meeting platform called Run the World. It's a small startup based in the Silicon Valley, founded by two young Chinese female Facebook dropouts. And a great success story. So it can do much more than Zoom, because it's a conferencing platform with a lot of networking. So almost like a face-to-face meeting, people can meet. And we even host digital cocktail parties where people can have, meetings on the sidelines based on an algorithm. At the Asia meeting, by the way, we have around 400 speakers confirmed, including several ministers from the Philippines, Malaysia, Indonesia, Hong Kong, and Japan. So it's a kind of pan-Asia meeting, but mostly focusing on Southeast Asia.
So what are the topics that's going to cover? What form will the meeting be?
So basically, three major focal points. One is the post-COVID economy. What could be done to strengthen our economy, and what can be done also to overcome trade burden, trade hurdles. Secondly, we focus very much on the new Asian unity. I feel with COVID, Asia is coming closer together. We have RCEP, the new trade arrangement in Asia, with kind of a Chinese leadership in it, and with a few other, new trade relationships like ASEAN +3. ASEAN is playing a more important role. Then the Asian Development Bank is strongly investing in the region. So I see very much, a new Asian unity. You see Asia almost like a block, a continent really working together. And even countries like Japan and China are collaborating a lot, right, on investments, and both are very intertwined. Thirdly, we are also discussing Asia's role in the world, Asia's role and Asia's relationships with America and also with Europe. Around 30 to 40% of participants are from outside Asia, mostly America and Europe. And maybe, and hopefully, we will come up with a very positive statement at the end of the summit, saying that the COVID pandemic is almost over. It's now time to rebuild and reboost our economies, and it's time for new Asian unity.
Yeah, that sounds really exciting, because last time when I joined the Las Vegas meeting, it was very fruitful, and I saw that people from different countries bring their deals and bring their thoughts on the table, on their network, and also create some international trade opportunities in between.
Yes, absolutely, May. We are, of course, talking, exchanging ideas. We are almost like a think tank, if you wish, but we are also a do tank. So a lot of participants come also for the business dimension. There are a lot of, one-to-one meetings happening on the sideline, and, on multiple fronts, FDI, foreign direct investment, even M&A deals, any kind of technology collaboration. So all this is happening at Horasis. And it's an open call for like-minded entrepreneurs to join us and to be part of the Horasis community.
Yeah, because I'm the president of a Superstar Art Foundation, and I represent the nonprofit organization. So in terms of that sector, do you have your meeting covered?
Yes,
sector?
Absolutely. We got actually for the first time a session focusing on the Asian film and movie industry. And we are about to invite actors, but also film directors. We are having also 2 sessions focusing on the arts. with leading artists from Asia, but also gallerists and art critiques. So, we see we are going beyond the pure economic part and talking about the arts and the film industry. And there's one further sector. It's a whole sector of well-being. We see that, overwork was almost the rule in Asia. People just working all the time. But now we see more and more focus also on well-being, mental well-being, but also physical well-being. All this will be discussed on November 26th.
That's really good because my organization is trying to help and support the artist streams, which means that we're going to set some training course or maybe provide the job opportunities and working with those front office and provide the economic support and academic support to their careers. And hopefully that we can work with you in this sector.
Yeah, absolutely. And, Horasis is open for collaboration. It's an open network, and it's really the spirit, we have in mind to join hands. And we always believe that 1 + 1, it's not 2, it's 11 actually, because we can really multiply our strengths. So on the arts, well, welcome. And we are also planning next year a meeting really focusing on the arts. It will be called the Horasis Meeting. We are about to conceptualize the idea, most likely held virtually, this meeting, and not on a physical location, because many artists don't really fly around the world. And it's actually quite an advantage to show maybe pieces of art, like a painting, on your screen. So you can show a little video or maybe a short presentation, which is not possible, right, when you meet physically. We try to innovate, and artists are always at the forefront of innovation. They're the avant-garde. They basically tell us things which are kind of untellable even, right, because they're still not reality. They look far beyond, not just for the next 5 years, but maybe in the next 500 years. And that's really, the beauty of the art and the important task of the artist.
I have just recreated the 10 oil paintings and donate to my foundation. That's a recreation of 10 famous world top masterpiece. And I wrote a book of how I paint this and made a video training materials. And it's going to be published by the end of this month. And hopefully, you have a chance to see it.
Yeah, I would love to see it. And so I see you have multiple identities as an entrepreneur, but also as an artist yourself. So congratulations. And it's, I think, also the future of human mankind. It's more like a multi-dimensional approach, like being an artist, an entrepreneur, an educator at the same time, right? So, and I would always encourage, people to follow your path. And other, creative people paths to do many things at the same time.
Yeah, it's very excited to gather those like-minded people to work out the opportunity and networking together. And I think it's very important to create a dialogue, between different countries and in terms of the economic and the political and also culture and philanthropists. And I think this is very helpful for the world to moving forward and help the leaders to make right decisions by creating the dialogue together.
Yes, exactly. Dialogue is a key. And as you mentioned, in Mandarin, actually, I like the word dialogue, which is 对话, right? Which is really kind of showing and exemplifying the spirit of dialogue, right? Because we are really together. I think this new spirit of togetherness is so important, and we need it now more importantly than ever, because we see a lot of borders, hurdles, different converging conceptions, like between China and the US. And we are neutral, we are Swiss-based, we say we shall overcome all this, right? We shall all join hands. And, China is such a rich culture. It's maybe the leading culture in the world. Looking back, thousands of years, you always had, great inventions. I think, China is again, gaining on the world stage and having more influence. And it's something we want to support.
Yeah, that's help each other and support each other. And I look forward to meet you in your next meeting. Thank you for
Absolutely.
joining us.
You're welcome at the virtual meeting, but of course, the next physical meeting. So thanks for inviting me, May, and all your friends listening to our discussion today, and looking forward to stay in touch and have a wonderful day.
You too. Thank you for joining us.